The first orbital sovereign AI model. The Singularity has learned from all the world's data at once, but never from yours alone, under your own law and beyond Earth's reach, until now. Sovereignty was born non-physical, then chained to land. Jean Bodin defined it in 1576 as the final, indivisible authority. Westphalia welded it to territory in 1648. Then the digital revolution broke the weld. The territory that now holds value is not physical, which is why more than 140 nations have passed data protection laws. A century before Westphalia, the Augsburg Settlement of 1555 had ended a war of religion with the formula cuius regio, eius religio, whose realm, his religion. The coming settlement runs cuius regio, eius intelligentsia, whose realm, his intelligence. The asset those laws protect is the ledger. Banks never stored money, only information. In the American West, banking arrived before the banks did. D.O. Mills ran his from a Sacramento storefront until the sign over the door changed from store to bank. A nation is the same. Its registries, health systems, and archives are the state. And in the AI era, a ledger creates value only when a model can reason on it. Yet reasoning on a shared model means entrusting your ledger to a mind you do not own, on promises written under someone else's law. Banks do not lend out their ledgers. Nations do not either. A sovereign AI model is how they gain the intelligence without the handover. Today, Lone Star, a company I advise and 1021T Capital backs, is announcing the world's first sovereign AI models to run from space, flying on its first StarVault launch. The qualifier matters. StarCloud ran and trained demo models on an orbiting H100 in December, but that was a first of compute, borrowed models proving the machine. This will be a first of ownership, your model on your data under your law. I've written about Lone Star's achievement of the first Dyson Swarm node and the first orbital data embassy. Those stored sovereign data off-world. This one moves intelligence in with the data. The ledger learns to think. The embassy now has a mind. A sovereign model is built on your knowledge, and only yours. The firm's memory, the bank's ledger, the nation's archive, firewalled and governed by your rules. The first are language models, since language is where institutional memory lives. But the architecture fits any model built on owned data. It can consult the giant foundation models, which see the question but never the ledger behind it. Everything turns on that membrane. Inference may be shared. Ownership cannot. Lone Star hardens the membrane into physics. The model will live in orbit inside the data embassy, beside the knowledge that made it, running inference in place and reaching down to Earth's giant models only on your terms. What stays inside and what you rent from the market of intelligence is the new boundary of the firm and of the state. The obvious objection is that a model trained on your data alone is smaller and dumber, sovereignty as a tax on capability. But the field is bifurcating into a commons layer of vast shared models and a sovereign layer of owned ones. The UAE's Falcon, Sweden's GPT-SW3, Singapore's SEA-LION, and Saudi Arabia's ALLAM already populate the second. The frontier, small specialists retrieving from private data while consulting large generalists, is moving toward that split. The first machine is modest. An NVIDIA Jetson AGX Orin is an AI computer the size of a paperback and will fly bolted beside half a petabyte of storage, reasoning in vacuum. Why orbit, not a bunker under the Alps? The bunker sits under someone's law. America's Cloud Act reaches data held by U.S. providers wherever on Earth it sits. Even Estonia's first data embassy, established in Luxembourg in 2017, rests on a host's goodwill. Under the Outer Space Treaty, a satellite keeps the law of the state that registered it, the Westphalian Weld remade. Orbit is the only ground where the host is the registry state, and the hardware will sit beyond physical seizure. From foreign soil to no soil. The model goes up not for the compute, not yet, but because the data cannot come down. Compute is cheap to move. Sovereignty is not. The agents will live in space yet work on the ground. Queries going up, answers coming down, the ledger never moving. The Dyson swarm demands this architecture. Light is too slow to run millions of distant machines from Earth, so every node must carry its own mind, and no owner will loft one that answers to someone else. The sovereign model is the unit cell of the Dyson swarm. Sovereign minds start at lonestar.space. Cuius regio, eius intelligentsia. Disclosure: I advise Lone Star and hold a financial interest in 021T Capital, which has backed it. Informational only, not investment, financial, or legal advice, nor an offer or solicitation of any security. Company details are from third parties and unverified. Forward-looking statements involve risk.